Hey there, it's Janet E. Johnson with Social Coffee Time. Hope you have your coffee, drink, smoothie, whatever it may be that you're drinking. Yes, I have coffee today. Wendy Bett, great friend of mine, advised me not to drink coffee, so I don't drink it as much. It's a couple times a week. But we are in Minnesota right now, and it has been dreary for days, and it's getting old. So I needed my coffee this morning. So welcome to Social Coffee Time. Once again, I'm Janet E. Johnson, and I help businesses with their social media, and I really focus on conversion. We're going to be talking today about just some upcoming things that I have and some latest news. So what is the latest news? Well, Instagram, for instance, always has latest news. Instagram is two things that happened recently, and one I saw just this morning. Instagram came out with the little QR codes. I don't know if you've seen those, but they are little QR codes that, let's see if I can pull mine up. I don't even know where mine is anymore. I created it the first day, but I haven't used it yet. It's so that people can take a snapshot and then follow you like that if you're live at an event. I'm sure there's multiple ways to use it. I know Jen Herman, awesome with Instagram. She was writing a whole post on ideas on how to use it for Social Media Examiner. So watch, if you follow Social Media Examiner, watch for that article. Like I said, I don't even know where to find mine anymore. It's interesting. I created it the first day because it popped up, and now, I think it's actually, there it is. So if you hit the three little lines in the upper right corner on Instagram, and then you go down to name TA, they can't fit name tag, I guess. So here's mine. You might be able to see it. There it is. I put a bunch of laughing smiley faces because that's pretty much the one I use the most. So that's how, and you can then have that scanned and shared. I honestly don't know if it's going to be used a lot, but that is something that was from Snapchat. So this is what one article says: Instagram copies Snapchat QR codes with new name tag feature. The other news on Instagram is that sounds like the replying to messages is now in the feed. So if you get a message, it shows up in your main notifications, and then you can hit reply. I don't know, that came out this morning, and I haven't even checked mine to see if I have that feature, but it will make it easier to reply to people's messages because it's kind of always buried. It's kind of hard to find. So those are two Instagram updates. And by the way, if you're here, even on a replay, you're probably watching a replay now. If you are here, please comment below with who you are and where you're from. I love to hear where you're from. Like I said, I'm in Minnesota, so it's kind of chilly here. And then I will also be putting my new guide that I have out, and I'm pretty excited about it. It's called Key Conversion Strategies for Facebook and Instagram. And it's 4 strategies that have been implemented for my own business and for clients' businesses. And it has proven to work and convert to leads and sales. It's 4 different strategies, and we break each one down in this guide. So I will be sure to put that link in the comments. It is not available yet, but if you sign up for it, or if you just put your name and email in, we will be sure to get the guide to you within a timely manner. It should be available, I'm hoping, by tomorrow. We're working on just the finalizing of getting it all linked up. So that is my guide. And once again, I'll put that in the comments because I want you to be aware of it. It took some time, great time coming up with those key strategies, and I want to make sure that you have them too. And I always say, take action on them. So you want to not only learn things, but you want to take action on them. So I will put that in the comments right now. There you go. All right, next item of news. Oh my gosh, beware the viral Facebook hoax that's tricking people into thinking their account was hacked. I don't know I think it was Saturday. I believe it was Saturday for me. And on Saturday, all of a sudden, I'm getting everybody messaging the whole news feed. I was hacked. I was hacked. I was hacked. I was hacked. Well, here it was a hoax and it was fake. Thank you, Mari Smith. She's always one we can listen to. She put out there that it was a hoax and people fall for it all the time. So I just want you to be aware that was absolutely a hoax. And it was, I have an article here from the Washington Post, and it just says, you might have seen a wave of panicked friends in your Facebook newsfeed posting warnings. Their accounts were hacked. Don't accept friend requests that appear to be from them. Or maybe you received a private message. I did. I received a few private messages too, warning you that your account had been compromised. And the interesting thing is I was busy, so I didn't even touch any of it or really pay attention. But I'm like, this is going on a lot. So it was a little bit weird. So if you got that too, then just understand that, no, it was just a hoax and don't worry about it. All right, so on to the next news. Oh, one more for Instagram. They just mentioned this, that Instagram prototypes handing your location history to Facebook. And this article is found in TechCrunch.com. This is sure to exacerbate fears that Facebook will further exploit Instagram now that its founders have resigned. Instagram has been spotted prototyping a new privacy setting that would allow it to share your location history with Facebook. That means your exact GPS coordinates collected by Instagram, even when you're not using the app, would help Facebook to target with ads and recommend your relevant content. The geotag data, but what is that hurting anybody? The geotag data would appear to use in their Facebook's profile activity log, which includes creepy daily maps of the places you've been. You know, they're writing it that it's creepy. Honestly, I think it's for better marketing. It's for better advertising. And they're not telling the world about it. They're just using it for advertising. So my opinion of that is it doesn't sound like a big deal. And it actually, from a marketing perspective, could help in the marketing. So that's kind of my side of it. They're just, it's not out there yet. They're just saying it's a prototypes that they're handing that over, but I'm sure they will. You know what? Facebook owns Instagram. They can do that. So that's it for my news. Now I want to cover a couple more things regarding basically what's been happening with some of the clients that I've been working with lately. We do a lot of lead generation. Right now, I have a webinar launch, another webinar launch, and what's the other one I have? Oh, just list building, an ebook, list building, ebook giveaway. And the cost typically averages anywhere from, it can be less, but it averages from $3 to $10 per lead on Facebook. A lot of people think they can get this for pennies if they're building a webinar or anything like that. But no, it's a little bit higher than that. The average, we're saying the average is $3 to $10. Now, if I work with a client, my goal is to be sure to be under $5 or even less. And a couple of the clients that I'm working with right now are, one of them's converting at $2.99, and we just launched it, so we haven't even had time to scale. One was converting as little as 38 cents a lead, and that was for the free ebook. That's because, and I want to talk about why, because that was asked by my client, why is that happening? If you get the right messaging, the right audience, the right content, all the right pieces in place for your Facebook ads. So meaning you write the proper copy, you test some different graphics, maybe it's a video, and you're hitting the right audience, then you need some engagement on your post. And this helps the relevance score go up so that you can end up achieving a lower price point for your ads. Now, we can also scale it based on placement, based on ages, based on testing different audiences. There's multiple ways to scale, but right out of the get-go, we launched one because maybe we definitely had the right pieces in place, and the one that's at 38 cents now at the get-go started at 65 cents. So as we've tested further, we've lowered the cost. So be sure to be testing over and over and over and over again with your Facebook advertising. Whether it's anything lead generation, e-commerce, doesn't matter what it is, but you need to consistently never stop the testing phase. Now, granted, when it sits at 38 cents, sometimes you want to just maybe let it ride, but it doesn't mean that that's going to stay at that cost forever. So you just always need to be paying attention to what you're doing and when it starts going up, where it's going up. Is it the placement? Is it the graphics? What's changing on that? So if you're running Facebook ads, definitely be sure to continue doing the testing. One more thing that I wanted to run through today was just an article that I ran into yesterday, all about conversion. And it's very interesting. I'm changing my whole entire future of my business, basically, and the whole private course that we have into a new program, and it's going to be called, and we're working on all the pieces right now, Content to Conversions. And that's the number 2. So Content to Conversions is what everything will be talked about, is how do we create content that leads into a conversion. Now, does that mean everything has to convert? Absolutely not. In social media, you want to build relationships, but you want to have a conversion piece in there. So for instance, today I didn't get it hooked up, but I ran out of time. But we do ManyChat a lot. And so one of the conversion pieces with my Facebook Live is to comment with the word coffee. Like I said, it's not hooked up. We can maybe hook it up afterwards, but whatever. That's a conversion to the ManyChat. Another conversion is I have that brand new guide it's created, and I put that in the comments. So that is a piece of conversion. If you are doing anything, you want to think, what is it that I can do to convert to a sale or a lead, or to them even just messaging me? Maybe you're doing an Instagram story and you just want them to answer a yes, no question. That's a conversion. I mean, that's an engagement piece to a conversion. So there's different layers that you can do. One of the best lately is that I've done for ads is the Instagram stories ads, by the way. Okay, and that little tip, that is actually in my guide that's in the comments below. But I want to go through, and we're going to go through this pretty quickly, and I will be putting this into, let me put it in there now, into the chat, into the comments. Let's see if I can pin this. Show. Yep, okay. And this is Neil Patel, just came out with an article, and I will read the top of it. We analyzed 5 billion blah, 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 blah articles from 64 countries, okay? A lot, okay? Let's just put a lot. Facebook reach has continually declined over time. Nowadays, everyone tells me there is no point in even sharing content on Facebook. But you know what? You can still generate traffic from Facebook. Traffic has declined. Even so, in the last 31 days, I've generated 20,420 visits from Facebook. And he goes on to say that he only does 4 articles a month. So, and he's a big SEO guy, and he does a lot with his blog. But he talks about what gets the most shares. And 2 types of content that get the most shares are list posts and infographics. List posts and infographics. And I haven't seen infographics that much to be shared on. It's interesting he says that. I see it like crazy on Pinterest, but I don't see it a whole lot on Facebook. So if you want more consistent Facebook traffic each month and every month, focus on how-to articles. I think that's cool. And talking about a conversion piece, when they land on your blog post, what are you doing to get their name and email, or get them into a bot, or get them over to a Facebook group? You want to be doing something that will get the visitors to take action to the next step. So within your blog post, you want to be adding some things too. Maybe just adding a banner and he's got it everywhere in his blog. So if you look at his blog, you will see a lot of conversion pieces. How long or short should your headlines be? And they're saying users prefer headlines that are roughly 7, 8, or 9 words. Okay. And then images. They're saying that if you have over 7 images, weren't really articles per se. A lot of them were articles that have a clear objective of getting you to browse through an image gallery, and I've seen that a lot too, where you have to go into the image gallery. He's stating, when writing content, consider including images to describe your message. The more, the better. That's pretty cool. How long should your list be? Based on our data, most people prefer writing list-based articles with the number 10. In other words, their lists only have 10 items. Okay, that's interesting to me because we see all these different things about lists that have like 100 people. But I can see that for if you're bringing in key experts, then maybe more than 10 makes sense, because then you're going to have the people that you're interviewing share out everything. Okay, how long should your articles be? I haven't read this part yet. Okay, so here's what it says. Social shares, 53 if it was 0 to 1,000 words. 1,000 to 2,000 words was 49 shares. 2,000 to 5,000 words was 76 shares, and 5,000 to 10,000, 83 shares. Wow. So longer, the better. Very interesting. All right. Is it better to write news-based content or evergreen content? Over time, evergreen gets more traffic. It's not just because of Facebook. It's that they rank better in Google and get more consistent traffic over the years. Makes sense. Nonetheless, let's look at the first hour when an article is published. News articles, it shows 19 shares versus 12 shares for evergreen content. But that's the immediate effect, if that makes sense. So we were just talking about the immediate effect, or we were just talking about the recent social media changes, but long-term, Google's really not going to care about that because that's going to be old news right away. All right, so he has a really, really long article. There's a couple more pieces in there, but I just wanted to run this by you, and it is in the comments. Definitely read through it. It's a great, great article for you to read, especially if you're a blogger and you're creating content to share on Facebook. All right, so to finalize, to finish up, once again, definitely get the guide. The guide is called Key Conversion Strategies for Facebook and Instagram. When you sign up, you will not get the guide immediately, depending on when you see this. I'm hoping to have it in place by Friday. You might see this on Thursday, more than likely. And then you will get it, though, as soon as we have it ready. So that link is in the comments below. Then also definitely read Neil Patel's information. And also, if you are in the Minneapolis area and you want to be trained on how to do Facebook ads, I am doing a training on October 25th in person. So that's an in-person workshop. I would love to have you join me. And that information is, I have an event created for you inside my Facebook page. Or if you have questions, on any of this or anything else, definitely just shoot me a message on Facebook or even on Instagram. I check those messages frequently, and I will get back to you with answers to your questions. All right. Thank you so much for joining me with Social Coffee Time. I appreciate your time today, and go take some action. Create one piece of content, something out there that is going to convert people to get over to your email list, to get over to your website, so that you are converting today. Have a good one.